A month into retirement, what is my perspective at the age of 62, writes in Eddie. So we're going to read this. It's pretty interesting. And I will not play a Black Sabbath song and have my my video demonetized because I used trademark songs, even though, but look, I get it. The people own the music, and when I trademarked it on my Black Sabbath song, when they trademarked a Black Sabbath song, and I used this when I did what Tom had written to us about his own retirement, I probably had 8,000 views in the last 2 weeks, and I didn't get paid 1 penny from that. So that cost me. I usually get about $10 per 1,000 views. So 8,000 views, it cost me $80. Of course, I didn't get paid, but the owners of the Black Sabbath music did. If that goes to Tony Iommi, hey, more power to you, brother, because that was some good music. That's well worth $80 to me. All right, so let's read what old Eddie says. A month into retirement, my perspective at 62. And Eddie's coming from Texas. In July, my COJ, crappy old job, turned into a RCOJ, real crappy old job. That's funny, man. I decided after all the cards were laid on the table, just to do it, retire. I had read all the tales of how people need to work longer and could not afford to retire without having that magic million or more in hand. I had read the tales of how there would be no purpose to life in retirement. I must say honestly, you, talk about me, made the decision easy by helping me to see what those tales were. Fiction. I used your advice in my wonderful course, along with other readings and a good dose of common sense, to just quit. I can honestly say I'm looking and feeling years younger. Time in retirement almost sadly goes by faster than I had imagined, all the more reason to do it. I'm no millionaire, but I am set. I am not bored, and I have purpose in my life since accepting the Lord years ago, and will forever have purpose for doing so. Man, this is making me, this freaking, It's funny when you come to terms with God on God's terms, not your terms, because God doesn't come to you, you come to him. It's humbling. It's humbling, it's liberating, and it's emotional because you realize you were nothing without God, man. And it can't help but you hear these stories so many times of all people of different, just every single person under the sun who comes to God. And it's funny how many fallen people are the ones who turn to God. Almost like biblical. The meek shall inherit the earth. Huh? It's weird. It's breathtaking. Yeah, the stories, look, I've talked to people for, my whole career, I've talked to thousands of people. And the stories that you hear about how when they came to God on God's terms, God will be there. He is ready for you on his terms, but you got to come to him on his terms. And when you do, man, it just makes everything so good. It's liberating. Anyway, I can not only say thank you enough for your common sense approach, your teaching, and how it can happen for those who plan, the sooner the better. Man. That's freaking awesome. It does bring tears to my eyes. The happiness that is there waiting for everybody. If they just learn, keep it simple, the path of least resistance, and God is there with open arms. You just got to reach out to him on his terms. And don't make it too complex. It doesn't have to be. Christianity, retirement, your human life, your humanity, which is my whole problem with this inhumane lockdown and masks and social distancing. This is not humane. All right, thanks, Eddie. Much obliged. Blessing to you, brother.